Wanna get good at Call of Duty while not playing Call of Duty? Well then, Soldier 76 is the hero for you. First, let's look at the strengths of Soldier 76. Soldier 76 probably has the best primary weapon in the game, for sure. It can give out good damage at close, medium, and sometimes long range. Soldier's biotic field makes him one of few non-support heroes that can heal other teammates. His sprint gives him highish mediumish mobility. It can be used to get out of sticky situations and get back into the fights when you died. He is good at offense and defense, but the biggest strength of Soldier 76, in my opinion, is that he doesn't rely on his abilities to play good. Unlike heroes like your Tracer or Genji, who rely on their kit heavily to survive. But Soldier 76 mainly relies on his main weapon, that's all. Soldier 76's weaknesses are really none, unless you include high skill cap and low health. But that's every offense hero in Overwatch for you. Now, let's look on to Soldier 76's abilities. His sprint makes him faster at the cost of not being able to shoot while sprinting. That's it. Enough said. Now, let's talk about Soldier 76's alternate fire, the helix rockets. Soldier 76 helix rockets act as one projectile and deal 120 damage when you get a direct hit, and up to 80 splash damage. This means if you fire at a group of enemies, you can deal 120 damage to one of them, and up to 80 damage to the ones near him. The rockets fire in a straight line, have an 8-second cooldown, and the splash damage radius is 2 meters. They can also be used to rocket jump if you like doing that stuff, and they don't deal extra damage on headshots. There's no bad target to use these helix rockets on. You could use it on tanks to take out a chunk of their health very quickly, or you can use it on squishy heroes such as Tracer or Genji to take out half of their health. For Tracer, it'll deal almost all her health. For shooting tanks, I recommend you try going for the direct impact. The 40 extra damage could be very beneficial. Also, tanks are slow and have large hitboxes. So you should be able to land the helix rockets pretty easily. For mobile heroes such as your Tracers or Genjis, you should aim for the feet because you usually get the 80 splash damage, and you have a higher chance of actually hitting them. Helix rockets go especially good against Bastion and Torbjorn turns because they are both very immobile, and don't try to single-handedly take out a Bastion turn, because Bastion will destroy you in a 1v1 situation. Try going with a teammate if you want to take the Bastion out. Now, let's talk about Soldier 76's biotic field. When deployed, biotic field will heal teammates in a 5-meter radius as long as they can see the biotic emitter. This ability lasts for 5 seconds, heals allies in it for 40 health per second, and has a 15-second cooldown. You should use this before or during a fight, or obviously to recover if you almost just died. The key to using biotic field is not only when you use it, but also where you use it. Placement is important when using this ability. Place it somewhere where you and your allies can heal while being behind cover. It isn't much of use if you're out in the open and an enemy can shoot you while you're healing. You should put it around corners, in buildings, or behind the payloads when you're pushing it. The only times I recommend throwing it out in the open are A, when you're about to die and you have to use this as a desperate attempt to survive, or B, when you're in a team fight. In team fights, teams are normally clumped together, so the healing should be very useful. Now, let's look at Soldier 76's heavy pulse rifle. Soldier 76's main weapon houses 25 bullets in the magazine, fires 10 bullets per second, every bullet dealing about 6 to 20 damage depending on range. It takes 1 second to reload, and the damage is doubled on headshots. The weapon is pretty easy to use. At close range and sometimes medium range, depending on the size of your target, you should be spraying the weapon. Don't tap fire, don't burst fire, simply spray to deal maximum damage at close and medium ranges. At long ranges, I recommend burst firing. After 4 or 5 shots, the bullet won't go right in the center of your screen. Because of this, you should be firing bullets of 4 or 3 at long ranges. Now, let's talk about Soldier 76's most scary ability, his tactical visor. Upon activation, Soldier 76 reloads and gains automatic aim for the next 6 seconds for the duration of the ultimate. You reload 50% faster, and if you fire rockets at enemies, they will be automatically aimed, but since the rockets have a travel time, they can be avoided. One thing to note is that when using Soldier 76's tactical visor, Soldier 76 does not fire at the head. He fires kind of at the body, so he will deal regular body shot damage. Now, I'll teach you how to learn use tactical visor effectively. There's a few things you should keep in mind when using tactical visor. When using tactical visor, don't go full Rambo and assume you can 1v6 the entire enemy team, because you can't. Normally, you can't even take them out if they're not facing at you. Normally, I wouldn't recommend using this ability head on. The enemy will immediately target you and take you out if you do. But if you do want to use this head on, I recommend placing a biotic field down first to increase your survivability. That being said, I already recommend using this ability head on if the enemies don't have any tanks to soak up the damage. No Rhine shields, no Diva defense matrixes, nothing. If you're against these enemies, which you probably will, I recommend flanking before you use this ability so you can maximize the damage before they discover where you're shooting from. When you're shooting, I recommend taking out the squishy first. Start with supports, then to assault heroes, then to defense heroes, and then the tanks last. While tactical visor can be used by yourself, it is best used with some friendly abilities. Zarya's Graviton Surge, Ryan's Earthshatter, May's Blizzard, or even Arisa's Halt can be paired very well with Soldier 76's ult. Before we go, let's look at Soldier 76's playstyle and some strategies when using him. Some people say that Soldier 76 has to be on the front lines and should always be dealing damage to the enemies. This is very false. Soldier 76 is powerful because of his extreme flexibility. Not only can he push, but he can also be a flanker, a team player, through the use of his biotic field. On offense, I recommend starting on front lines because he is a very good pusher. He is great when paired with a Rienhardt because his shield will allow Soldier 76 to deal a lot of damage without taking damage in return. If pushing on the front lines is not effective, I recommend trying to flank. Once you're behind enemy lines, you should go for the high priority targets on the enemy team. Taking out snipers shouldn't be too hard if they don't see you coming, because using your helix rockets give you very high burst damage. You should always be taking out enemy supports. Zenyatta, super easy. Few shots he's dead. Mercy and Lucio might be a bit trickier because they're more mobile, but if you land your shots, they shouldn't be too hard. Once you've taken out these priority targets, it should be much easier to push. This is my Overwatch guide. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in another video. I say goodbye.